Okay, let's start. Today we are going to look at the EN standards for EMC, alright, and also for the 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, let me start by sharing the screen. So if you have any queries, do let me know. Can see? Okay. Okay, very good morning to you. Today, our focus will be on mainly the technical standards as well as the methods we're going to do comparison. First, this is more into internal product certification scheme, the team. How you're going to do the conformity assessment. Therefore, we'll be, besides looking to the standards itself, we'll be checking out the comparison between the test reports as well as the technical standards documents. Okay, at CEN 300-328, that's what we're going to be focusing. This is version 2.2.2. Of course, please check the website for the latest one. Okay, any of the latest one. And our main focus here will be 2.4 gigahertz band for your Wi-Fi. Okay, the objective is to equip participants with the understanding of what band transmission system and requirements based on SCEN 300-328 standard with the learning outcomes where you'll be able to define the wideband data transmission equipment, right? Identify the technical requirement specification for wideband data transmission equipment, apply the standard requirements into technical conformity submission, alright, and also providing analysis on it. So if you look into the in terms of the technical specification, the what we call the test methods, right? Okay, let me show you. The short range devices, the specification for short range devices will be 300-328 is over here. Okay. So in this scope, the current documents for here will be on these two bands. Yeah, we have main focus will be these two bands, the transmission 2.4 to 2.4835, as well as to receive is 2.4 to is the same 2.4835 gigahertz. For 5 gigahertz, you have to check using different one, the 301.893, EN 300.440, or if you are accepted for our one, we do accept also in SCC Part 15. Okay, but for radio frequency, that one, the 3GO, there's slight difference there. Right, again, that one check with Kaida. Okay. The reason why we look into this because most of the time, a lot of equipments are coming with this frequency. Okay, so we will look into here except for again this one 5 GHz. Keep stating, because I believe the auditor they always ask you which one do you refer to. This one got 5 gigahertz, so how do you refer to? So you have to tell them it's also the different one, different set. Okay. So you have to open a different set of documentation to check for those, right? And in terms of conformance, the requirement for FHSS equipment. So what is the main difference in terms of this type of modulation under 4.3? The main one, because I will not go into the what's the difference of those okay, I believe that one is covered during your awareness one. Okay, but here we look at FHSS is more for Bluetooth. Kalau Wi-Fi type is DSSS, OFDM, QPSK. So they will just declare which one they are using. Okay, because there's different type of test. Betul tak? Okay, so but we are, if you look at the main essential parameters, mean essential parameters, will be what? RF output power. For us as assessors maksudnya boleh verification officer, evaluator, reviewer, approver. Okay, the assessor will be looking at ERP for those up to 1 GHz punya, EIRP for above 1 GHz. Okay, that be the in terms of why we always look into EIRP once it's above 1 GHz. But for lower band punya frequency punya, you look at ERP. Okay, how to calculate that? Again, check dengan kaedah. The number 8 one, under essential parameters number 8. We will be looking at channel bandwidth atau spacing, as well as the, in terms of the number 10 is transmitter punya spurious emission. Okay, the transmitter will go up whether it cause interference to other products and not devices. So that test is also is what our critical one. And also number 11, the receiver spurious emission. So those the things we'll be checking. And if you see at the documents there, we have like page 75 kan? You check on that lah. So under page 86, we will be having what we call the test procedures. This will be checking on like what kind of test is required, as well as the test site. Okay, under the device, under test, what is the conditions of those? Okay, it's all spelled out here. Is that especially this one? Transmitter, receiver, okay, hopping frequency, apa lagi? RF power output yang atas sana. Okay, if they ask you like how you know this is the correct test, because we look at the test report, what test is being carried out versus this clause number 1. This clause. So dia menjalankan test yang betul. Okay, the correct test. And they will tell you because this one may be a different test site for certain different what correct? Dia nak test RF output, dia maybe have different test site. For different, maybe they have to go walk into another room for different test equipment. Faham tak? Macam semalam you tengok the EMC punya, the Mercedes punya kan, certain room then they have a different punya kat dinding tu. Okay, that one is cut down all the other noise lah, we call that disruption, so they can perform the test with betul. Macam kalau dulu kita pergi silim, it's like 5 floor underground, memang dia tutup, kena cable room tu tutup, kedap. Okay, then inside you talk like talking to yourself like that one. Okay, is the noise cancellation is very good. Alright, so if you do a comparison, this is the CE radio test. First thing first, you must look at the test reference number. This is where we always check, make sure it is the correct test number. Okay, then we check betul tak this is the client name. Especially kalau dia Guangdong Oppo Mobile, they apply it, then here one must be the Oppo one. Okay, then if the standard done based on the previous version, then certain things because when it's done is within the approved period, the 5 years period, even kalau dia buat version yang dulu during that time, because it's still accepted, we cannot force the client to upgrade the test. Faham tak? So if let's say version 2.11 is actually maybe there's 50 specs for test. The 222 punya is actually 52 tests. So you cannot force them must have the number 51, 52 punya that test. Okay, we still accept it under ISO requirement. We still actually accept it. Okay. Then you look at the test period is not important. The main important is when the test result comes up, because there will be an issue date, final issue date. Okay. And yesterday we have discussed like this one, that name, and who is the accreditation body. I like MRA, okay, MRA you know lah, mutual recognition punya lah. Okay, so that will be the one. Even our cell one, the DSM will be the ILAC. Okay. Then what is the product? Look for the brand as well as the model number. Sometimes we get queries from clients. They'll be asking like, I don't know which is, my one is also always called iPhone 12 example. But actually there's a model because we do by type. Okay, type approval, they actually should give us this one. I believe the Apple iPhone is called A something one. Okay, not iPhone 12, that one is normal glamour lah, called the branding marketing name. We actually want to look at the model punya type. Okay, that is important. And next will be the summary of test. You look for the essential parameters, especially those I mentioned earlier, the RF output sampai the receiver spurious emission too. Those are critical because different countries they have different focus. But the main one will be those few I mentioned. Okay. And for this summary, as long as you tengok dia punya result, make sure tak ada fail. Okay, if dalam summary ada fail, then straight away you have to query the client and why is this fail. Okay, because sometimes they fail already, they give you the report, but their principal office in Shanghai or Sweden, they have done latest test, then pass. So you ask request for the latest test report. Okay, which proves that they do not fail. The product does not fail lah. Okay, so this one will be the transmitter parameters, which is the actual standard essential parameters and limits. So configuration biasanya kita tak tengok lah, unless they fail, then why is there's ralat lah, error, very huge difference, maybe the way they do the testing to the different condition. That cause there's error there. But sometimes this error there, kebiasaan yang kecil lah, there will be we can accept. That one again, check dengan keadaan. Okay. So this transmitter parameters, you check on it, transmitter versus receiver, and finally, this is the test result. First, we have to zoom in to look at the individual graph, all those as test result. Okay, for example, this one, make sure all the report, sometimes when you look, you also take on a CD page punya lah, whether the report tu still coincide betul punya. Suddenly the page give to you, dia memang dia punya ada fail, dia go and Photoshop a bit. Okay, then they give you the different one, which you don't want. Okay, that's how they cheat lah. So for here, you will see that is the limit. They will show you what is the maximum power, what is the limit. So in this itself, the test report will actually give you the limit required. Then you look at to here, kalau you tengok banyak test kan, takkan you give all the result inside. So for applicant, normally we advise them to give us the most nearest to the zero punya. Kaedah ada tujuh tak tadi? Kan? Because this one is negative 33.50 is nearest to the zero. It haven't exceed the zero. Okay? But that is the nearest punya lah. So we take that number. Okay? Under here is for Bluetooth. This Bluetooth one, what is that? Mana tu? Tadi ada this one. What is vertical? That's where they put the vertical like that, the phone. Then when they do the test, they probably put like that, horizontal. Okay, this is macam horizontal. Vertical is put like that. Okay, just to test lah. Kalau dia tukar tak, ada tak? Because it's 360 degree lah, so you have to put up and down, see any difference or not in the test result. And if you check the under this text standard EN300 328 pitch 28, you can see that's the maximum is written there. Limit is 20 dBm. Betul tak? Okay, for the maximum transmit power. Test report dia page apa? Page 4. You tengok apa dia? Dia akan coincide lah. 32, then you check 32 punya. Okay, ini semua dia pass, betul tak? Maximum. Boleh nampak? Nampak tak dia punya result versus the requirement ni? Ini sama dengan ini lah. Okay? Then dia punya result dia pass. Betul tak? Okay, betul ah. So what we say, we look at the summary of test result. Okay, because we have to make sure all here the main one pass. Okay. So you check back this one should be the what do you call that? What product is it? This is the Oppo one, right? I think we are based on the Oppo one. Okay, if you check back the Oppo one, then you open the submitted mirror, then you boleh tengok. This one is the requirement 300,328. This one is a page 4, dia punya summary dekat sini. Alright? Apa tu? Bukanlah, I think this will take up. You check, this is the part of trailer, no. This is part of test report lah. Kan part of test report, I think we zoom in lah. Ni page 12 lah versus dengan page 4 dia punya, this is summary, this is the test report itself, sorry. This is the test report itself. Based on dia punya sub clause, this one lah. They have done the test lah. Okay, you check, no, this one is actually the limit, they show you the limit. Under test report, they actually give a limit that they cannot surpass. Okay, kalau cari ni this limit, you tengok EN standard put under this limit. Tu, ini. So this one compared to this one, dia repeat. So dia memang compare, dia betul lah. This one versus this one betul. Okay, then you check dia punya test for result first. Dia memang kata sama ni sudah pass. Then only you look zoom in because sometimes kebiasaan ada orang dia suka tukar lah. Dia ni make me fail, dia kasi tukar ni fail. This is just a statement on the limit because to compare this test versus this one, this test is correct. And the limit and this one is correct. But when come to this one, the inside the result, the appendix itu semua ada fail. Tapi dia kat sini tukar because they thought your assessor akan ambil jalan senang. Check just the test result sahaja. So that is how they cheat mode lah. Okay. Some and this one under the test equipment, they will specify what is the test being done for this equipment lah. They will state here the frequency band yang dia check. This one correct tak dengan tadi EN standard tu? Betul kan? Trust me, receive the same one. Macam 900, kalau RF ni sampai dia keluar 800 something, so 900 something, then sudah out of spec already. Okay, out of the spectrum, okay? Then they will give you like dia ada port wireless LAN, Bluetooth. So dalam report ni dia akan ada ketiga ni lah, 1, 2, 3 report. So you check back how they come up with the test, RF test. So for this standard itself, they probably have wireless LAN, Bluetooth, and another Bluetooth 4.0 low energy. They probably have 3. That's why yang add test report tu, you have to add RF test. Using the same this one 300 punya, 328 punya, dia sudah ada 3 type of different short range punya frequency. Okay. Then this is how you fill up. We check how they fill up per test report punya result. That's how they fill up lah. As well as because under the EIRP, even the wireless LAN, the test wise you actually have to BGN. In fact, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 RF test being done. You check, you understand already. The Oppo. Oppo tak perasan you go and check because sometimes you say, kenapa dia tulis the same test report number, day tu semua. Tapi when you see deeper, because satu is B, satu is G, satu is N, something like that. Okay. With that, please get actually describe this with you. I have seen in your report kan, ada kan? What is frequency hopping? What is this one, right? The difference between 60 and 64, check. Okay? Okay? You faham kan? Faham? Please explain to her kan? Little lah. Okay? So you look at the type of modulation channel spacing IFS. This one again, the under page 6, test report page 6, that is where you get the answers lah. Okay? This one means tadi yang kita punya check punya requirement tu memang sama dengan sini punya lah. Dia ada give you the result. Sometimes you tak tahu mana test report punya result nak check kan. Dia ini macam summary lah, you boleh check. Okay? Then we only come to the data page. So you have many different type. Betul tak? Dia punya channel hopping. Because this is Bluetooth. You check. Dia punya answer tu what will be the gain dB. Biasa what is required dalam kita punya EIRP, dia ada calculate for you kan. Dia berapa dB. Ini ada more than 20 tak? More than 20 dBm? dBm ada tak? Tak ada kan? Tak ada kan? Tak ada kan? Okay. So kalau you tengok sini, paling besarnya is this one. Okay, page 68. Because you're gonna read through, you have to take time to read through the test report. Then you check, you scan through lah. Read one by one, is actually scan through lah. You akan biasa lah. Semua ni tak. Tapi tak lebih daripada 20, because limit is 20 kan. So ini paling tinggi, almost dekat to 20. So when you write the answer sana, comply because based on page 68, they will write that page 68. So kalau you nak senang cari balik, then when the auditor ask you, then it's very fast for you to go to that answer. If not, you'll be depan auditor, 1 month ago what did I do? You akan like baru flip back. Therefore, you tengok kita punya biasa tu macam give ourselves some notification, note lah, macam note, we put page berapa, comply because page berapa. And the answer is, kalau dia tulis 16, kebiasaan sometimes the applicant themselves, they will not write all this lah. We write because we know the method. We want to make sure at the end kita punya assessment tu senang. Betul tak? But applicants sometimes they will write there pass, or they simply just give a number lah, 7.85. So what you need to do is comply the highest dBm is 16.02 based on, you write there, page 68. So bila dia pergi page 68, dia tahulah applicant dia write 7.85, dia just cincang ambil one of the data here, but we take the 16 here. Okay, and of course if they ask you, we also first thing we also look at this thing lah. Paling cepat punya first step, you need to check at this one pass. Okay, once pass, we also not easily delete them. We also will based on this thing. Okay, faham tak? Then on the EIRP, this one, the other one, power density. Tadi is apa? EIRP power. You need to take the density. If you need to take the density one, then this one is 7.7. Also the highest among here, right? Okay? But to check back our data field to requirement, whether it needs the power density or not. Okay, you have to check back. Okay. Here is generally we just tell you like what are the parameters you need to check. But again, you have to refer back to the original borang. Our template not applied punya form not the e-form request tu. Faham tak? You mesti tengok the template, because sometimes dia tak tulis. Kalau dia tak tulis, sometimes dia punya tak keluar. Because we only grab the info which they fill up. So if they didn't put one, normally we'll write there, what do you call that? put remarks there lah. They did not fill up properly. Something like. Okay, kalau biasa macam tu they have to be applied. Why? Because kalau yang tak penuh punya verification. Okay, balik verification again. So yang ni betul tak ini 18.46 is the highest? Betul tak? Syah, betul ah? Nah. Then for the other one, this is the emission level. Okay, under emission level, what? This one is the, because is this the least of the negative. So it's nearest to the zero. Okay. Of course ada like 12 or 8 atau apa, then you choose the more one, but must be lower than apa lah. Tapi sini punya limit tengok dia minus lah. Okay. Bos dia bukan dBm, dia dBm per megahertz. So this kind of thing, if you don't know, please note it down. Check dengan siapa? Between negative 20 to 10 lah. Negative 20 to 10. That is a range lah. But why is it negative here? Check dengan dia. What this is, they probably will ask, do you understand what is this? Okay. So far that will be the one we do for today.